Hey everybody, in this video, I'm going to go away from the book for a little bit. So I thought it would be cool to create an ice cube tray. So this will give us practice not only in creating a rectangular pattern, but also using the sweep command. So to do that, I'm going to go up to new again. I'm going to go to my English standard templates, click on standard, hit the create button. I'm going to start my 2D sketch on the XZ plane here. And then so make sure you want to start off with a rectangle. So I'm going to use the 2-point center. And that's kind of important. So I'm going to start off my kind of shape, clicking the center dot and dragging out a little bit. So that dimension on the right side there, that's going to be, let's just say 4 inches. Press the tab key. And then the dimension at the bottom is going to be 12, let's say. Press the tab key again, press enter. So that way our rectangle is right in the center, and that's going to make it easier a little bit later on. So I'm going to finish my sketch here. I'm going to extrude this down. Doesn't really matter which way you extrude it, but I'm going to go down by 2 inches. And then hit OK. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start creating a little ice cube slot. So I'm going to start my 2D sketch on this top face. And then right somewhere over here on the left, I'm just going to draw just a random size rectangle here. And then I'm going to dimension from the side to the side of my box. I'm going to make that a 1/4 inch. And then the same thing from the top. I'll make that a 1/4 inch as well. And then the size of this needs to be, I'm just going to say, this is going to be 1.5. And then this is going to be 1. And then I'm going to finish my sketch. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. I want to extrude that downward. So actually it's going to be cut. So I'm going to make sure I choose the cut Boolean option. And it's going to go down, not quite 2, not, let's say 1 1/8. Maybe like that. And then I'm also going to, where you see the taper, I'm going to go where taper A, I'm going to change this to -10. So it tapers in and not out. Yeah, then I hit OK right there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fillet the edges, and I'm not sure what that needs to be. Let's try 1/8. So I'm going to fillet all these edges, the top, and these sides as well. How about the way? Get out the way. Also the bottom here. So all those edges there, filleted 1/8. And you can look at it from the top as well. Make sure we got everything. So I'm going to hit apply. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a rectangular pattern. So I want to click not only the extrusion here, but also make sure you click on the fillets as well. And then for the direction, I'm going to choose that arrow. I'm going to click this side of the rectangle, and notice the arrows going in the opposite direction. So I'm going to click on the flip arrows to get it going the other way. And that's going to be a total of 8. And I think this is like 1.5. Yeah, in that direction. And then in direction 2, I'm going to click this arrow here. I'm going to click this edge this way. So that's going to be 2, and this is going to be 2 inches. Right there, and then I'm going to hit the OK button, and it cuts out all of our kind of our ice cube slots there for us. nice and neat. So then what we need to do is we're going to use the shell option here. I'm going to click on shell. I'm going to select up to remove faces. I'm going to select all 4 sides to remove these. Spin it around the 4 sides and also the bottom. I'm going to get rid of that. And then where you see the arrows here, I'm going to expand this. No, that's okay. Never mind. We're good there. For the thickness, I'm going to leave that at 0.1. Let me see. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm just going to leave that as 0.1. I'm going to hit the OK button. So there's our tray. It's starting to look, like a tray actually. All right, so next what I want to do is I'm going to fillet the corners. So I'm going to click on the fillets. I'm going to try 1/8. I'm going to see what that does. If I click on these vertical, I probably need more than 1/8. So let's go 1/4 might be too big. No, that looks good. All right, we'll try 1/4. So I'm going to use a 1/4 inch on these edges here. Just make sure I get each one. Oh, not that one. I don't want that. Let me do this. Fillet. I want that vertical one. Yeah. All right, here we go. That one. That one. All right, there we go. Now I'm going to hit apply. So we got those corners rounded. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my origin. And if it's not open, just click on the plus symbol next to your origin folder to expand those. I'm going to right click on the YZ plane and turn on the visibility here. So I'm just going to check on the visibility. And so now I'm going to start a 2D sketch on this middle plane here. So whenever we want to get our cubes out of there, we need kind of a nice frame around it so we can get our hands on it and crack it and twist that thing to get those cubes out of there, because sometimes they get stuck. Most times they do. So I'm going to draw like an L shape on this very end here. So I'm going to click on that green dot. Let me go down a little bit. Over to the left. Just make sure that it doesn't matter the dimensions right now. Just make sure your lines are horizontal and vertical. Go up, go straight over. So then I'm going to add some dimensions. So this dimension, I'm going to make that about maybe, I'm trying to think, 1/8. And then I'm going to use my equal constraint. I'm going to click on this line and then this vertical line here. So those are even or equal. And then I'm going to dimension this line. That probably needs to be about maybe 1/4 inch. And then from here, this one needs to be, what is that? Try 1/4 here. No, I want that to be more. That's going to be 1/2. Let's try 1/2. That might be too big. 0.45. I know I'm picky. All right, we'll go with that. So then I'm going to finish my sketch. And then what I want to do is I'm going to sweep the shape around the outside of this. So I'm going to go to my sweep. It's already selected my shape here. So then for my curve or my path, I'm going to select this edge here. Make sure your Boolean is set to join. And then I'm going to hit OK. I went down too far with it. Yeah, that looks good. We can always go in and adjust it if you want, but then what I'm going to do is I'm going to fillet these edges so they're not really sharp. Maybe, let's see, 1/16 as my radius. So that one, these two, if they're too big, they're gonna smack into each other. That's actually not bad. Looks pretty good, actually. Yeah. All right, so then I'm gonna hit apply. I'm gonna turn off the visibility of that work plane that we did, or not really work plane, but our XZ or YZ plane, like that. So there is our ice cube, and then you can go in, you can add some visual effects to it. So shade with edges, I like shadows, reflections, make it a perspective, change the lighting to maybe sharp highlights. We can add a color to it. I'm gonna go with for a smooth red one, so it stands out. I mean, why fit in when you were born to stand out? Right here, let's see, where am I going? Smooth. There's so many. Smooth red. Here. There we go. So there we go. You can either do it like visual style, realistic. I usually like shaded with edges. But anyway, that's a very cool ice cube tray. So look at the, if I can see they're kind of tapered in, nice and sexy like. All right, anyway, so there we go. Just make sure you save it. I'm gonna save this. I think I already made one. Kind of playing around with it. So I'm gonna name this ice tray 2. Save it, and there we go. All right, I'll see y'all in the next video. Make sure y'all come back. All right, peace.